Now, the Palin Update with Kevin Scholla presents Liberty and Legacy. Here's Tamara Colbert.
There are just too many things for us to talk about this week. I'm going to have to narrow it down, but I do want to mention Obama's about to give illegal aliens medical care. The U.S. government has downgraded Islamic terrorism to, quote, just an extremist threat. I'm beyond disgusted with Planned Parenthood and the fact that they collect $4,474 for each unborn baby's body parts. But really, I'm disgusted that they are planning on bringing up the naval officer who shot back at the terrorist in Chattanooga, Tennessee, on charges. What do? Well, I always look for Governor Palin's Facebook page to see if there's any inspiration I can draw upon. And this week I watched a video that was on her Facebook page. And I really believe it's time to continue to elevate the dialogue for us. One of my devotional books this week, written by Dr. Richard Lee, was titled, one of the excerpts was In God We Trust. It was about a Romanian Christian minister who spent 14 years in prison in Romania for his faith. And he eventually founded an organization that worked with and for persecuted Christians around the world. In 1967, he shared his view of America in writing, and this is what he said, quote, "Every freedom-loving man has two fatherlands, his own and America. Today, America is the hope of every enslaved man because it is the last bastion of freedom in the world. Only America has the power and spiritual resources to stand as a barrier between militant communism and the people of the world. It's the last dike holding back the rampaging floodwaters of militant communism. If America crumbles, there is no other dike, no other dam, no other line of defense to fall back upon. America is the last hope of millions of enslaved people. They look to America as their second fatherland, and in her lie their hopes and prayers. I've seen fellow prisoners in communist prisons beaten, tortured, some with 50 pounds of chains tied to their legs, praying for America, praying that America will not crumble, praying that America will remain free. Psalms chapter 130, verse 7 calls us to, quote, hope in the Lord, for with the Lord there's mercy, and with him is abundant redemption. Does In God We Trust still apply? Do you believe it? I do, more than ever. But I can't believe it alone. I know you guys are with me. There's so many people in America, unfortunately, who we call low information voters, who think that the road to success is serfdom or socialism spread with this abundant and generous federal government that gives lots of freebies. Freebies are not the answer. But now we must find moments to refresh and renew our spirits, because together you and I must continue to fight against the lies, deceit, theft, and thugs that have become our federal government, led by President Obama, led by Mitch McConnell, led by John Boehner. We must not surrender liberty for safety. We must not surrender only that which God grants us, liberty, freedom, and choices. America liberates people, not to conquer, but to share freedom's light. We must honor those who paid the ultimate sacrifice along America's journey, with the stewardship and the care of protecting America as the last best hope of man on earth. Are we a nation of yesterdays, or are we a nation of tomorrows? The next 18 months is going to be flat out war between those of us who trust in God and believe that America is a nation of tomorrow, and those who believe America was yesterday. May we be restored and lifted up by each other. Let's get each other's back. Let's stand tall together. When one falls, pick up your brother or sister. And we must start by standing together to fight for life. Our Declaration of Independence says life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, the only thing that's guaranteed. But I'll tell you, without life, we cannot have liberty nor happiness. This week, tweet me at Tamara Colbert, hashtag Mama Grizzly Radio, to tell me what you believe is still worth fighting for. I can't wait. I'm ready for the battles ahead, and I am so proud to be standing with each and every one of you. Albeit, I'm standing from Texas, but I've got your back. I'm Tamara Colbert for Mama Grizzly Radio.
Tamara Colbert in Texas. Tune in for more Liberty and Legacy next week. And to learn about Convention of States, head to conventionofstates.com. Now our weekly commentary, Steel Resolve. Here's Sarah Steelman.
Thanks, Kevin. Hillary Clinton's newest scandal involves some usual suspects, so to speak. Apparently, one of her first acts as Obama's Secretary of State was to help out the Swiss bank UBS. She helped them keep secret U.S. tax evaders. Now, my guess is those tax evaders were not part of that working or middle class that she claims she wants to help. Contrary to what Hillary Clinton did, one of my first acts as State Treasurer of Missouri was to kick UBS off of our broker-dealer list because of their ties to terrorism. In fact, under President Bush, the U.S. Treasury fined UBS for doing business with Iraq under Saddam Hussein. France also collected $13 million in fines against UBS for money laundering and fiscal fraud in 2007. And oh, by the way, that's the same UBS that the Justice Department let off the hook in 2012 for their involvement in the manipulation of the LIBOR rate scandal, even though they confessed their role in it. I wonder if Hillary Clinton had anything to do with that. But you know, there's no need for us to worry because UBS made their transgressions right by paying Bill Clinton $1.52 million for a speech to answer questions about entrepreneurship. After all, he and Hillary are experts at leveraging their political assets in return for profit and calling it serving the public. This is Sarah Steelman for Mama Grizzly Radio.
Tune in again next week for another segment of Steel Resolve right here on the Palin Update. The Palin Update, including Liberty and Legacy and Steel Resolve, is on demand and available for download. So just head to mamagrizzlyradio.com, pick the show you want to hear, and you can listen anywhere, anytime. Well, that'll just about do it for this edition of the Palin Update on Mama Grizzly Radio. Visit mamagrizzlyradio.com for continuing coverage of Governor Palin. Also, like Mama Grizzly Radio on Facebook and follow along on Twitter at Mama Grizz Radio, at Kevin Scholla, at Tamara Colbert, at Sarah_Steelman, and at 3DSTS. And I'm doing some writing for Breitbart News. Go to Breitbart.com and search Kevin Scholla. I want to thank Sarah Steelman, Tamara Colbert, and everyone here at Mama Grizzly Radio. Thanks to Governor Sarah Palin. And thank you for listening today. A special thanks to our sponsor, 3D Security and Training Academy. Visit 3DSTA.com. The Palin Update is produced by Lena Anderson, the Andy L. Kramer, and Lorianne Lewis. Please be sure to join us again next time for another edition of the Palin Update right here on Mama Grizzly Radio. I'm Kevin Scholla. Have a pleasant day.